Hey ladies and gents, it's Nathan from Bastion Games here. I'm bringing you a video of 3 collector boxes being opened from the new Magic the Gathering set, Aetherdrift. Now this set is a mix of Death Race, Need for Speed. It's a themed Magic the Gathering set that has a lot of vehicles in it and focuses on a race across 3 different planes in the multiverse. A lot of fun, a lot of don't take yourself seriously content in it. A lot of great art. We do have every single booster pack, booster box, bundle, all that fun stuff. Commander decks will all be available on Friday, the 7th of February, when the set goes into pre-release week. We do also have 4 events for pre-release. We have Friday at 7 p.m. Both Saturday and Sunday will be at 5 p.m. and Wednesday will be at 5 p.m. as well. And usually people want Wednesday to be Two-Headed Giant, so we accommodate that. So, and again, we're gonna be opening these packs. Now, a lot of videos spend the majority of their time actually opening them, and I don't think my customer base would want to sit here and watch me do that. So we've done what we did last time, and I've opened 3 different boxes and then organized them without looking at them. Now, that's done by cracking a pack. You see the tokens on the front. You take off the back 7 cards. Now, this should be the commons and uncommons, and if you flip them down in reverse order till you hit that token, you will end up with a full art foil land on top without seeing anything. And then the cards that we took off the back are 3 foil uncommons and 4 foil commons. We're not gonna go through the commons and uncommons on the video because that takes a lot of time. You guys just want to see the spicy stuff. So here we go. We're going to start with our first box. So the lands, the full art lands you'll see will be from the perspective of a driver in a vehicle, which is really cool. So we have Detention Chariot. You're going to see a lot of vehicles. Now, they're not all going to be rares. The extended arts can also be commons and uncommons. Spot Cycle Scouter. Guardian Sunmare. I already have people telling me they're going to kill me with this card at Casual Commander. I firmly believe that they will. Prophet of the Scarab. This is, if you see this symbol, this particular symbol here above my thumb is the symbol for the set, Aetherdrift. This symbol here is the symbol for Aetherdrift Commander. So you can get Commander-only cards in collector booster packs. Now these can be, they will be extended art at least. They can be foil. You can't get extended art versions from the Commander decks. So if you're a huge Commander aficionado and you pick the decks up, pick up some collector boxes too, or packs. We have Guardian Sunmare again. This is the obnoxious alternate art. These are awesome. And then extended art mythic is Riptide Gearhulk. So if you remember from old Kaladesh, they had a cycle of Gearhulks. These ones are 2 colored cycles. This is 5 mana, blue and white, for a 2/5. It's an artifact creature construct. It has double strike and prowess, which is good. When this creature enters, for each opponent, put up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. So obviously, if you flicker this guy a bunch, he is going to really mess with your opponents in a Commander game. And if you haven't noticed, I won't really have a commentary on like competitive CDH or Modern or Pioneer or Standard or anything like that because I'm not very good at it. And I really enjoy Casual Commander, so that's what you get. So this guy is nuts. Our first land, Bleachbone Verge. So it adds black. It adds white if you control a plains or a swamp. So it's like the take on the Tainted series, just a little bit better. Definitely is going to get used in pretty much everything. Full art foil, very nice. So on to the second pack. We've got another Spot Cycle Scouter. We have a Cloud Spire Sky Cycle. And the art on these are phenomenal. It screams like Akira, if you ever watch anime, they're cycles. We have a foil Sabsunin Luxa Embodied. This is a new cycle of gods because they go through Amonkhet as well. 5 mana for a 6/6 with reach, trample, and indestructible. That seems pretty on par for a green creature. It can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. At the beginning of your first main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on Sabsunin. Then if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. So this card will alternate between drawing you 2 cards and being able to attack and block, unless you manipulate the counters on it. Interesting card, for sure. On Wings of Gold, commander-only enchantment. We have alternate art Howl Squad Heavy, which looks like a 1970s van has jet engines on it. And one of the cool things about this set is the mechanics. If it says start your engines, whenever you deal damage to your opponent, and that's generally, and this only triggers once a turn, you get to increase your speed. And speed can be tracked. We got a couple of them, not many. Seems like a rare token. Speed can be tracked on a token, which out of collector boxes looks phenomenal. It's double-sided. So it says whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, if your speed is 1 or greater, increase your speed by 1. Max speed is 4. This ability triggers only once each turn, and then the other side shows max speed. Cards themselves will have special abilities that interact with speed and max speed. So this guy says, start your engines. Other goblins you control have haste. 3 mana for a goblin mercenary that gives all your goblins haste is pretty good. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token attacks this combat if able. That's actually pretty much a clone of previous goblins, except it has bigger toughness and gives them haste. If you have max speed, add 1 red mana for each goblin you control. So 100% of goblin commander decks will use a Howl Squad Heavy. I will use a Howl Squad Heavy. That's crazy. We have Duretti, Rocketeer Engineer. And the foil extended art is Zahur, Glory's Past. 2 mana for a legendary zombie cat warrior. Has start your engines, so it gives you speed. Sacrifice another creature. Surveil 1, activate only once each turn. So it's a free sack outlet once a turn, including your opponent's turns. Max speed, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. So this has application for things like any kind of aristocrat deck, which is almost always strongly in black and white. You can put it in like black and green, but white gives you a lot of utility for that. And again, this vehicle that they're racing with looks like a pirate ship. Next pack. Haunted Hellride. Guide-like Pathmaker. We've got Sita Varma, Masked Racer. Sahili, one of the main characters, Radiant Creator. She's in Temur colors, being blue, green, and red. She is Legendary Human Artificer, 4 mana for 4/4. Whenever you cast an Artificer or Artifact spell, you get energy. And again, this is from the Commander deck. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3 energy. When you do, create a token that's a copy of target permanent you control, except it's a 5/5 artifact creature in addition to its other types. It has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So it's a free Kiki-Jiki artifact creator. Very strong. We've got Fearless Swashbuckler. Take a look at the art. I don't even know what that is. There's a starfish riding a shark vehicle with guns in its mouth. All right, cool. It is 3 mana. Oh, it's also a fish pirate. 3 mana for a 3/3 fish pirate with haste. Vehicles you control have haste. That's strong. Whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attacked this combat, draw 3 cards and discard 2. So crazy looting. Like it. So much flavor. And again, this set really stands out as a product that they really went the route of, we're not going to take ourselves seriously. It is high fantasy. Some people don't like fun stuff. They want everything to be like powerful and impactful. But sometimes you need a break from that, saving the multiverse and ending universe threats and all that. You just need to go back to just what started it all, which was the goal to have fun. We got 3 mana for Perilous Snare. Ooh, wow. So this is a Fracture foil. March of the World Ooze. 3 mana. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of these cards too, which is why I'm reading them. 6 mana in green. It's an enchantment. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant creature token. That is also an ooze. So you have an enchantment that is mass producing green oozes. Now this could be really good. Well, it is really good in any kind of token deck. Because if you're, I'm going to make 6 1/1 citizens. Well, now they're 6/6 oozes on top of it. Just a fantastic card. Huh. I'm going to put that in a different pile. That's first big hit. Next pack. We have Midnight Mangler. Detention Chariot. Thunderous Velocipede. It's a mythic. 3 mana for an artifact vehicle. It's a 5/5. It has trample. It's crew 3, so it's a little bit more expensive to crew. Each other vehicle and creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it if its mana value is 4 or less. Otherwise, it enters with 3 additional +1/+1 counters. Holy smokes. So not only does it make the creatures, tiny creatures, able to crew when they enter, it makes your vehicles considerably bigger. Expensive stuff gets even more dangerous. Solid card. We got Territorial Aetherkite. It's a cat dragon energy card. Web Strike Elite. Afterburner Expert. This one has the Exhaust ability. Exhaust is an ability that can only ever be done once per instance of that creature. So if this creature dies and you reanimate it, you can do the ability again. If you flicker it, you can do the ability again. So this guy is Exhaust. Pay 4 mana, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Whenever you activate an Exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So in an Exhaust deck, this thing just keeps coming back and getting bigger. Aganosaur Rex. 5 mana. Again, I love the art. Look at this. 5 mana for an 8/8 trampling dinosaur in green. That's solid. It has cycling, so if you can't use it, you can cycle it. When you cycle this card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature or vehicle. It gains trample and indestructible until the end of turn. Now, for the record, you cannot respond. You can't counter cycling. You can respond to the cycle ability on the stack, but this is an uncounterable means of giving something indestructible trample and making it bigger. Or you just play 5 mana for an 8/8 trampling creature. Absolutely solid. All right, grab some more here. These are all from the same box, the one on the left. On to the next pack. Got Skybox Fairy. We have Spire Mech Cycle. The art and the color scheme of this set is just phenomenal. It's like a mix of Tron and Akira and some other anime. River Churn Monument. This is can't tell if it's a mythic or not in the light. Looks like a rare. No, it's just a rare. 2 mana for an artifact that says pay 1, tap any number of target players, each mill 2 cards. Oh, okay, cool. I hate mill. I hate being milled, because I never take the time to build a defense for it in any of my decks. The Exhaust ability is you pay 4 and tap any number of target players, each mill cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. So this is a mill source that has an insane mill effect for late game. It's a win con in a lot of mill decks. We got Priest of the Crossing, Zombie Bird Cleric, Samut the Driving Force, 6 mana for a 4/5. with First Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. It has Start Your Engines, so it increases your speed. Other creatures you control get +X+O, where X is your speed, so up to 4. She can just passively give other creatures +4+O. Non-creature spells you cast cost X less, or X is your speed. So once you ramp her up, she is making you cast stuff for cheaper and buffing your creatures. We got Market Back Walker. I've never seen this one, but I love walkers. It is XX. So if you have 4 mana, it's a 2/2. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. Pay 4, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When this dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. I can see people using this for sure. Graham's gonna want one. Our extended art foil is Debris Beetle. Looks like, oh, I guess it's not a dung beetle. It's pushing a ball of scrap. 4 mana for 6/6 black-green. It's a vehicle. Has trample. When this vehicle enters, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. And it's crew 2. So this is a very straightforward card. It's just going to drain opponents and then start slapping them. Black-green isn't like well known for flickering stuff, but if you manage to flicker this repeatedly, you're going to be life draining everybody. Next pack. We got Burner Rocket. Another Midnight Mangler. We've got the Mythic Hazoret Godseeker. 2 mana for a 5/3 with Indestructible and Haste. It has Start Your Engines. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. She can't attack or block unless you have max speed. So she is a speed enabler. And then she makes, like if you, turn 1 you play a creature, turn 2 you play her, you attack, you get 1 speed. After that, she stops people from blocking the creature so that you're almost guaranteed to keep getting speed every turn if you invest into it. Aetherflux Conduit. We all know the Aetherflux cards can be very powerful. They're in CDH all over the place. 6 mana for an artifact that says whenever you cast a spell, you get an amount of energy equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. That's a very powerful effect. Tap. Pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Yeah, I think if someone gets 50 energy, the game's over. We have Basri, Tomorrow's Champion. This is the regular art of March of the World Ooze. We have our extended foil is Skyseeker's Chariot, 2 mana for 3/3 vehicle with flying. That's good. As this vehicle enters, choose a non-land card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate. There is no way this card doesn't get used. It's such a cool tax effect on an artifact that can turn into a flying creature. Next pack. We got a Thundering Broodwagon. Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Another black-white land, Bleachbone Verge. Commander card is a Cursed Duneyard, a non-legendary land that taps for colorless. You can pay 2, tap it, regenerate target Shade, Skeleton, Spectre, Spirit, Vampire, Wraith, or Zombie. So this is like Swarmyard, except for undead. This is a crazy good card. Bloodghast is in the set, albeit with much more interesting art. We have our red-white land and our extended art foil. It's 3 mana artifact vehicle. It's a 4/2 called Gastal Thrill Roller. It has, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it has trample and haste. When this vehicle enters, it becomes an artifact creature until the end of turn. So you do not need to crew it. It has crew 2. 3 mana, discard a card, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So this thing has recursion unto itself. If you flicker it, it will lose its finality counter, and then it can die and come back again. Now, at the bottom here, each of these boxes comes with, for collector boxes, a box topper pack. Now, online it says that there is the special box topper lands, and there's one land and one non-land in each one. Sorry, I'm tripping over myself here. So those should be the last two cards at the back. Those will be the last in each box. So we've got a Forest. We're going to speed this up a bit. We've got a Carrion Cruiser, Broadcast Rambler. We've got Quag Feast. Commander card is Rampaging Aetherhood. It's a Snake Hydra, for anyone who plays Hydras. We have a Thopter Fabricator. This one looks really cool. 3 mana for a 4/4 flying vehicle with crew 2. So that by itself is, people are going to use it. Artifact decks will use it. Vehicle decks will use it. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Yeah, that'll get used. We have Achik Emerald Radiant. Oh, we have, this has to be a full art. This is Spectacular Pileup. 5 mana, sorcery. All creatures and vehicles lose indestructible until the end of turn. Then destroy all creatures and vehicles. And it has cycling. Very good card. There's a plethora of all my creatures gain indestructible now. So they've printed a few answers to it. On to the next pack. We've got Rocketeer Boost Buggy again. Boosted Sloop. Zahur Glory's Past. A Zombie Cat Warrior. Pia Nalar, Chief Mechanic. This is from the Commander deck. Debris Beetle. Spectacular Pileup again. And the extended art is Perilous Snare. It's got loot in a cage. That's 3 mana for an artifact that has Start Your Engines. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this artifact leaves play. So it's like Oblivion Ring, but an artifact. When you have max speed, this artifact can tap to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Very relevant. Yeah. Got an island. Next pack. Velo Heart Bike. Burner Rocket. Bloodghast. Commander card is Ret to Mystic. Got another Sky Seer's Chariot. We have an extended art, Ketramos, the New Dawn. This is the Black-White God. 3 mana for 4/4 Legendary God. It has Menace, Lifelink, and Indestructible. It's got a lot of keywords. Ketramos can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. This is a build-around card for sure. Got Captain Howler, Sea Scourge as our extended art. It's a Shark Pirate. Has Ward 2 and Pay 2 life. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, target creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn for each card discarded this way. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Well then. Swamp. This is probably our second last pack. Reading too many cards. I'm going too slow. Sorry, guys. Broadcast Rambler. Apocalypse Runner. Got another Debris Beetle. We got a foil Pia Nalar from the Commander deck. Someone's going to want that. Cryptcaller Chariot. We have the Black-Green Land, Wastewood Verge. We have the extended art version of Hazaret Godseeker. That's a beautiful card. Island. So this is the last pack. I'm excited to see what the box topper cards are. We got Ranger's Refueler. Ripclaw Wrangler. Another March of the World Ooze. I think we're going to want to have tons of these. We have Renewed Solidarity. Gastel Thrill Roller. We have another Captain Howler Sea Scourge. And the extended art card is the Cavalier of Dawn. 5 mana for 4/6 Elemental Knight. Oh, this is a artist card. So this is a reprint. This is the White Knight from, I think it's M20 or M21. with really unique art. And then, holy smokes. So the whole card looks gold, all the background. This is a basic island. There's gonna be so few of these kicking around. And a Thopter Fabricator. That is such a unique looking card style. All right, that's the first box. We're gonna try and rip through the next two, so this doesn't take too long. No one wants to sit there for an hour watching this, or maybe you do. All right, here we go. We've got an air response unit. We've got a broadcast Rattler, repurposing bay, rampaging Aetherhood for commander. Got a bulwark ox, Samut, and the extended art is Winter, the Cursed Rider. It's a human warlock. His ward is pay 2 life. Artifacts you control have ward pay 2 life. Whew. His once per instance of himself ability, his exhaust ability, is pay 4, tap, exile X artifact cards from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature gets -X. He has a built-in board wipe, one-sided board wipe, and he's in colors that flicker. We got an island, Skybox Fairy, Cloud Spire's Sky Cycle, Perilous Snare, Ret to Mystic. We have a Boom Mobile, Red-White Land, Sunbillow Verge, and our extended art is Explosive Getaway. 5 mana for a sorcery, exile up to 1 target card or creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Explosive Getaway deals 4 damage to each creature. So you take something of yours out, deal 4 damage to everything, and then put it back. You got Plains, Ripclaw Wrangler, Veloheart Bike. We've got the 1-drop Vampire Gas Guzzler, Renewed Solidarity. We got alternate art Guardian Sunmare, Achik Emerald Radiant. And our extended art is Caradora, Heart of Alacria. 4 mana for a human knight. That's a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature or vehicle you control, put that many +1 instead. So just all-around good card. Cloud Spire Sky Cycle, Earth Rumbler. We have another Caradora. We have an extended art foil Saheeli, Howl Squad Heavy, Riptide Gearhulk. Ooh, we got a Radiant Lotus and a beautiful art of it too. 6 mana for an artifact that says sacrifice 1 or more artifacts, choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way. Yeah, that's an absolute bomb in Casual Commander. Swamp. We've got Detention Chariot, Thundering Broodwagon, Boom Mobile, Pima Trailblazer from Commander, Spectacular Pileup, Afterburn Expert, and our extended art card is Valor's Flagship. 7 mana. This thing better be good. For a vehicle, that's a 7/7. All right. Crew 3, flying, first strike, and lifelink. All right. And it has cycling 3 and X. When you cycle this card, create X 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens with this token saddles, mounts, and vehicles, and crews vehicles as though it were power 2 greater. So you can uncounterably create a bunch of pilots if you want, or drop a very large body that gains you life. So we have a Forest, Ranger's Aetherhive, Burner Rocket, Riptide Gearhulk, Stride Hanger Automaton from Commander. There's the Fearless Swashbuckler. Another Ketramos. This is the alternate art Gas Guzzler. All right. Oh, that's the extended art. I'll read it out to you then. So it's 1 black mana. It's a vampire rogue. It has start your engines, so it increases your speed. It enters tapped. Max speed. Pay a black, sacrifice another creature or vehicle, draw a card. You can't ask for more from a 1-drop, really. We got a Mountain, Broadcast Rambler, Ranger Aetherhive, Duretti Rocketeer Engineer, Prophet of the Scarabs, Zombie Wizard from Commander. We have Lifecraft Engine, River Churn Monument, Far Fortune End Boss. 4 mana for a 4/5 with Start Your Engines. So generates speed. It's a human mercenary. Whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent. So you could run it with like multiple attack trigger decks. Max speed. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, deals that much damage +1 instead. This feels like an absolutely solid card to back up a lot of decks out there. I might play it in Ishin for the double attack trigger. We got Forest, Veloheart Bike, Clamorous Ironclad, Ovia Automech Artisan. Now, this isn't the extended art, but this is just directly better than Elvish Piper ever was. Same cost. It's a 1/2 instead of a 1/1. Each opponent that's attacking one of your opponents, each creature, sorry, that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. It gives your opponents trample if they attack someone other than you. It has the same ability as Elvish Piper. Pay a green, tap it. You may put a creature or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it allows you to put vehicles in too. If you put an artifact onto the battlefield this way, put 2 +1/+1 counters on. This is a crazy card. You can expect to see this at a ton of casual tables. It's going to absolutely wreck. On Wings of Gold, we've got Mind Spring Merfolk. Well, really good in Merfolk decks. There's Sita. Another Sky Seer Chariot. Got Rover Blades. Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Explosive Getaway. Territorial Aetherkite. Another Duretti. Another Explosive Getaway. And the extended art, Howl Squad Heavy. That's a good card. Couple packs left in this box. We got Hull Drifter. So it's Mull Drifter as a vehicle. Okay, I like it. We've got an Air Response Unit. Afterburn Expert. Priest of the Crossing. Lumbering World Wagon. Mu Yanling Wind Rider. It's a mythic. 4 mana for a 2/4 human wizard pilot. On color for Shurikai. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. So flickering it makes vehicles. All vehicles you control have flying. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's a solid card. We've got Voyager Glide Car as our extended art. Apocalypse Runner. Haunted Hellride. Howl Squad Heavy. Commander card is Temet. Naktamun's Will. The Last Ride. That's such cool art. Perilous Snare. We've got a Bright Glass Gearhulk. This is the green-white one. 4 mana for 4/4 with First Strike and Trample. Like all other Gearhulks, it has an ETB ability. When it enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less. Reveal them and put them into your hand. So if you play this guy, you can go get Soul Ring or any cheap artifact, creature, or enchantment. Solid card. It looks like the last pack. We've got Clamorous Ironclad, Ripclaw Mangler, the Black Greenland, Wastewood Verge, Aetherflux Conduit, Waxen Shape Thief, Monument to Endurance, and an extended art foil Sunbillow Verge. And on to the box toppers, we have the Pirate Ship Island and Salvation Engine. 5 mana for a 6/10 vehicle. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. This guy's a very good lord. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to 1 target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, the reason why this sounds extremely strong is because it is, and that's because its crew ability is 6. You have to crew it with 6 power for it to be able to attack. So it's not giving you additional value in damage from attacking, but it certainly is giving you reanimation. All right, last box of the video. Probably end up doing another video if I have time. All right, we got Plains, we have Cloudspire Sky Cycle, Haunted Hellride, Regal Imperiosaur, which is 3 mana for a 5/4 Lord for other dinosaurs. Speaks for itself. Every dinosaur deck. Got Pima Trailblazer, District Mascot. It's like Looney Tunes. Explosive Getaway. Extended Art Thopter Fabricator. Ripclaw Wrangler. Clamorous Ironclad. Demonic Junker. Woo. We've got an Extended Art Foil Temet. I don't know how to pronounce this guy. He's a homunculus. So Vinix Verbose Host. I love this set already. Riptire Verge, so red, blue, and an Extended Art Will Rush Verge, which is blue-green. Forest. Clamorous Ironclad. Got Veloheart Bike. Bulwark Ox. Adaptive Omni-Tool from Commander. There's the Valor Flagship again. Redshift Rocketeer Chief. I don't know what this card is. Oh, it's the 6/10 guy. That's a lord. That art is awesome. Anime art, and it's Japanese foil. That's the first one of these. That is cool. Just people want to see it a little bit closer. Got a mountain. Marshall's Path Cruiser. Midnight Mangler. Draconautics Engineer. Stride Hanger Automaton. Mindspring Merfolk. River Churn Monument. And a Burnout Bastronaut. This looks like something out of Warhammer 40k. 1 mana for a 1/1 Goblin Warrior with Menace and start your engines. This creature gets +1/+0 until the end of turn, repeatable. Max speed. This creature has double strike. Woo! All right. Plains. Got a boosted sloop. Thundering Broodwagon. Possession Engine. Wizen Mentor from Commander. Zahur Glorious Past. Regal Imperiosaur. We got an Extended Art Achik, Emerald Radiant. 6 mana for 3/3. Not on par for green. We'll see what he does. That's a Legendary Insect Druid. When Achik enters, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. All right. Whenever another insect you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Achik. Each opponent loses 1 life. Ooh, fair enough. That could not be cheaper, I don't think. We got Midnight Mangler, Air Response Unit, Redshift again, Etheric Amplifier, Draconautics Engineer. That was not as funny, but Mimeoplasm's in the set. Extended Art Foil Regal Imperiosaur. An Island. Earth Crumbler. Marshall's Path Cruiser. District Mascot. Lost Monarch of Ifnir. A Zombie Noble from Commander. 4 mana for 4/4. with afflict 3. Other zombies you control have afflict 3. At the beginning of your second main phase, if a player was dealt combat damage by a zombie this turn, mill 3 cards, and then you return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, solid card. Demonic Junker. Gaunty Nightmare Minister. And an Extended Art Foil Mu Yanling. So far, so good. Got Spot Cycle Scouter. Broadcast Rambler, another Radiant Lotus. These are going to be in high demand. On Wings of Gold, Possession Engine, Culloden Triumph Caster, Basri, Burner Rocket, Guidelight Pathmaker, Monument to Endurance, Nissa World Soul Speaker from Commander, Willow Rush Verge, Monument to Endurance again, and an Afterburner Expert. Guidelight Pathmaker, Rover Blades, an Equipment Vehicle, Curse Cloth Wrappings, first time we've seen that, Territorial Aetherkite, Burnout Bastronaut, Far Fortune and Boss, and a Crypt Caller Chariot. This is a 4 mana for 5/5 Menace Vehicle. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create that many tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Crew 2. All right. So it doesn't make pilots, but if built right, this thing's going to be popping out tons of 2/2 zombies. Especially for self-mill decks. That's crazy. We got Rover Blades again. Ranger's Aetherhive. Willow Rush Verge. Saheeli. Guardian Sunmare. The best art for a horse ever. Count on Luck. Duretti Rocketeer Engineer. We haven't read this guy yet. Legendary Goblin Artificer. He's 5 mana for a star 5. His power is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. When Duretti enters or attacks, choose target artifact in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. So he has an attack. I think it's Goblin Welder trigger. Last pack of this video. Ranger's Aetherhive, Skybox Fairy, Spectacular Pileup, again, great card. Prophet of the Scarab, Waxen Shape Thief, an Extended Art Ovia, and my favorite card, Guardian Sunmare. We've got a Mountain, and we've got Draconautics Engineer. 2 mana for a 2/2 Goblin Artificer with 2 exhaust abilities. First one is other creatures you control gain haste until the end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So that's really good. His 4 mana is create a 4/4 red dinosaur dragon creature token with flying. Not bad. So the set looks like absolute fun. I think it's going to be really interesting to play limited with as well. We'll have all of these singles will be available in store on Friday the 7th. They won't go on our website until Monday the 10th because a TCG player, which we pull prices from, has in the first weekend trouble catching up to price changes. So either you guys will end up paying too much for singles if we use TCG player in the first weekend. So we don't. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It was a blast. I'll do my best to open some more boxes for you guys. We're sitting at 44 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, this comes out Friday the 7th, and that's when our events start. We have absolutely fantastic community for Commander, for everything in the store. So yeah, stop by, say hi, and as always, have fun.